Hi, I hope you people are doing well. So today we're gonna start with operators, right? So let's start. So operators. Like in previous video also I made you understand, right? What is operators? So it is nothing but special symbols. Just keep in mind these are special symbols by using which we perform a specific task. Okay? We perform a specific task. Okay. Now types of operators. So we have first is arithmetic, second is concatenation, third is relational, fourth is comparison, fifth is logical, sixth is special operators, and seventh is your subquery operators. So these are the operators you have in SQL. Okay. Now coming to arithmetic operators, we all know, right? Your 2 plus 3, right? Suppose your salary column plus bonus column. In previous videos also we tried this, right? And your salary into 12. All these things are nothing but a arithmetic operations we are doing, right? Now coming to our first operator which we're going to start today is concatenation. By name only we understand that whenever we want to combine two values, okay, combine two or more values, okay, at that time we'll do a concatenation. Okay, so how we'll achieve a concatenation? By using pipe symbol, two pipe symbol together we can do a concatenation in SQL. Now suppose the syntax is, of course we have to use a select. Now since we have entered into DQL, now further we'll use further our syntaxes will always start with select, right? So my if I want to uh, suppose I have first name column here and last name column here, and I want the output as a, and here is XYZ John. So I want the output as a XYZ space John as a single column as a name. So what I'll do, I'll go for concatenation, right? Select first name, basically your column name, concat. I want a space also, right? So you have to add a space here, concat last name from your table XYZ, suppose. So this is the syntax you have to keep in mind when this is a symbol actually you have to keep in mind when it comes to concatenation. Now there's one more concept of dual. Okay, suppose I don't have a dual is a table which has only one row and one column. Okay, if you do a select start from dual, you'll get a column, one row and one column table you'll get. Okay, why we use this dual? Whenever, as I told, right, first this from clause will execute, right? Now suppose we have to find, you have to test something, right? Like see in this example, right? You have to do a select good morning. I want to see a good morning. Is it working for a concatenation or not? So what would be the output of this? You'll get a good with no space as a morning. This will be your output, right? But do we have this particular thing in any table? No, right? Whenever we want to test something, and we don't have a table, and since we know our how our database work, it always go to the database and check the table exists or not. And if the table exists, it bring it to the execution part, right? Execution part. To bring particular thing into the execution part, we need a table, right? For that, we'll use a dual. Okay, so whenever we do a dual, so the database will understand that okay, we don't have anything, any table with a dual name, but but the user want to execute something. For that execution, he or she is using a dual. Okay, so whenever we don't have a particular table, but we want to check something, at that time we'll go for a dummy table, which is a dual. Okay, so we'll try this in our SQL Plus. Okay. So let's see how concat work, right? So select, I want to combine employee number along with space, along with space, uh, employee name, right? We have this table, right? EMP. So can you see? It came as a one column. Now if you write select as a good morning, so I'm not giving any space here. So how it will come? If I now suppose if I do a good morning from EMP table, what will happen? It will give you 14 records which has only one column, and can you see? Yeah. So but I want my good morning as a single value. So for that I'll use a dual. Okay, so concat the morning, and can you see there's no space between good and morning? So this is how dual work. Okay, so now let's start with logical operators. Okay, so how many logical operators we have? Three, right? One is and or not. Okay, so let's start with and. And means if uh, like an operator is used to retrieve rows that satisfy both conditions, right? So whenever you want to satisfy both the conditions for your output records, at that time we'll go for and operators. Okay, when you want to satisfy both conditions, retrieve rows which satisfy both conditions, at that time we'll go for and operators. Okay, so basically if I in this example I want all the names of the employee whose department belongs to IT and whose salary is greater than 5,000. Okay, now coming to our next logical operator, which is or. So in, can you see either of the, if so in using this operator we'll retrieve rows which satisfy either one conditions. So at that time we'll go for or. Okay, and not means suppose you want all the employee names, but uh, not that employee which is whose job is of salesman's job. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll use a not for whenever you want to negate something or you want reverse of it. At that time, if you say job equal to salesman, you'll get all the records of the job of the salesman job. But here I don't want that. For that, what I'll do, I'll negate it using a not. Okay, whenever you want to negate a condition in the where clause, so at that time we'll go for not. Okay, so this all these three things we'll try in SQL Plus and see how it works. Okay, now for an select, okay, employee name. Okay, I'll say a department number also, and job also. Okay, from EMP. Okay, where, so these logical operators always comes in where clause. Okay, in a filter condition, right? So my department number should be 30 and my job should equal to salesman. Okay, if both the things which are specified in the filter condition matches with the record, then only you'll get a record. Okay, let's see. So no record selected. So let me check how many jobs we have here, what all records we have in employee table. So it's all in caps. Okay, now employee name and on department number, let's have a department number and job from EMP where a number is equal to 30 and job is equal to. So have you noticed this? The values is actually the records value actually is case sensitive. So if your salesman is in caps, you have to mention in caps or you won't get a record. Okay, can you see? So actually how many records, I guess last time we have checked it was 6 records, department number 30, but now it's just showing only 4 records. Why? Because we have mentioned two conditions. One is department equal to 30 and job equal to salesman, right? So this is how and work. Now coming to our second operator, which is or, right? Can you see? When you use or here, You get 6 records. Now not. How not will work? Let's see. Select start from PNP where job where not of job equal to CS1. Right? So basically 6 minus no, so you get 10 records. You should get 10 records. Does not exist. Okay. Can you see? You got 10 records. So this is how your not work. Okay. So yeah, that's all for this video. So we have learned about the arithmetic, how arithmetic operators work in the previous video as well. In this video also I'll give a glimpse of it. And second, we got to know about the concatenation and what operator which we use for concatenating two columns or two values. And the third thing we learned in this video is logical operators, which is and or not. And we use when you want to satisfy both the condition and get all the records, or will satisfy either of the conditions and not will negate the requirement. Okay, so that's it for this video. In the next video we'll move on to more operators. Thank you so much.